The Grammys is one of the most anticipated events of the year, and after the musical performances are done and last award is handed out, the celebrities leave, but not empty-handed. And New York will be represented in this year's gift bag, thanks to fashion designer and Bronx native Mugzy McFly.
Grammys is undeniable. Like, just the name alone, to be connected to that in any shape or fashion is amazing.
Welcome once again to EOB Salon Talk Season 2. Today's guest is none other than Mr. Mugzy McFly. Mr. Mugzy, how are you today?
I'm delightful. How are you?
It's such a pleasure to have you as my first guest for Season 2. You know why?
Why?
You are actually maybe one of my favorite guests on Season 2.
Wait, maybe.
Yeah, gotta be political with it. You were actually one of my favorite guests on Season 1.
I think I was the guest.
You were the guest.
The guest.
Yes, you were the guest. Yes.
Thank you. Let's just fix that up real quick.
All right. But thank you so much for coming. But
Always.
First of all, I want to thank you for being a guest once again on Season 2. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure you'll be the favorite guest this time.
Of course. Why wouldn't I?
I first want to take time out and ask you a very serious and important question. I want to ask you, how was it for you and your family during COVID-19? I know we were all locked down. How was it? I hope all the families are well. You're good. How was it for you?
Well, family-wise, I mean, everybody was pretty well, I believe. No one got sick.
Thank God.
Everybody still has their jobs or whatever. For me, personally, it was a roller coaster.
Okay, so that leads me into my next question for you. Yeah. As a business owner, how did COVID-19 affect you in your business?
Well, businesses.
In your correction there. Businesses. Yes.
I gotta let you know.
Yeah.
So, all right. With the store, the physical store, since people weren't coming outside or actually being able to shop and everybody was afraid, it was really, really difficult on that end. And like even recovery now is still going on. Okay. I have a machine in my store that prints shirts that I must maintenance at least every other day, and I had to fight for clearance just to go in the mall to take care of that machine. So that was one thing. The brand, maybe the first 2 months was a little shaky, but then since I was one of the only people you could get clothes from, it was stupendous. And it probably was my best financial season ever for my brand. Graphic design wise, shout out to the government for the unemployment, because everybody realized they don't have a job, they got some extra money, and they need to have a business. And I might have been making 20 logos, 25 logos a week.
Okay, so that's great.
Graphic design was great at the time because I was just designing every day. And these are all things I could do inside the house.
Okay, so that's good.
So 2 out of 3 businesses were very good.
So, which leads me into my next question. So, you had 2 businesses. One was good. 2 out of 3 businesses. One was good, one was shaky, right? Somewhat. Yeah. But what did you actually learn from COVID-19?
Well, I wouldn't say I learned too much because I already would, stress people that, you should have your own business. You should design your destiny. Any day of the week, you get fired. Like, you don't want your whole well-being being held over your head by somebody else, which just reaffirmed what I thought already. What I did learn is that I could survive anything. Because if I could sit there and figure it out and still be able, unlike most people, I didn't skip none of my bills. Not one. So if I could do it, you could do it.
Well, kudos to you for that, and I must congratulate you too. Because as a young black man in this community, in our community, doing what you're doing, you're also, I must say, during COVID, we're still going through COVID, I'm aware, but during COVID, I saw where you were actually putting stuff in the bags in the Grammy Award. So wait. So we went through COVID, a lockdown, to you putting gifts in a bag for, do you understand how big that is?
It's all right.
It's all right. Okay. It's all right. It's just a little something. So tell me how that happened. How did you get
there? The actual people that controlled the gifting of the Grammys contacted me. And they kind of wanted to have the story of the smaller people having something to do with the Grammys, and I might be the only New York company, period, that was a part of it. And it was just cool. And like I
And
said,
he
yeah.
was in the Grammy. And wait a minute. So you were in the Grammy. You outfitted all these celebrities that was at the Grammy
Well,
or at home.
I gifted because it was virtual. So I gifted. I did outfit somebody. I forgot who it was for the like virtual red carpet. I actually never got footage of it, but it happened, and
I saw it
a
actually.
lot of a lot of
Yeah.
a very good list of people have stuff.
So
in
where's
mind.
my outfit?
I mean,
I'm
we
just
go wait. We're
saying.
gonna get you your
I'm
Grammy,
just
then your
saying
outfit.
though. I'm just
We're
saying.
gonna get you your Grammy for this, and then your
Okay,
outfit.
there. Oh,
Slow down. See, that's how we go.
oh, I like it. I
Slow
like
down.
that. I like that. But for me, that was one. I'm always proud of you because I have known you for years, too long,
Too long. I
years.
knew she was gonna say too long.
I know you for a while, and I must say I don't know if I've told you, probably did in the last interview, but I'm very, very proud of you. What I'm proud most of, though, is your drive and your determination. And sometimes I'll throw some question at you, but I realize that you're so determined with what you do. I'm going to get it done. Don't worry, I'm going to get it done. Because one of my beliefs is that you have to, someone remind me of that this week actually. You have to envision yourself where you want to be. And you told me once, I don't know if you remember.
Oh gosh.
We were at Gramerton Avenue in Mount Vernon, and you told me, you said, I'm going to be I'm going to be doing the bags in the Grammy. So I wanted to do this interview to remind you of what you told me years ago. I think it was my first fashion show or hair show I was
Possibly.
doing.
You do a lot.
And you came and we were talking and you were talking and I said, so this, who's helping you with this? They said, oh, I don't take help. I push and I do what I got to do. But I want to tell you that one day I'm going to be at the Grammy. I said, you're going to go to the Grammys? She said, no, I'm going to dress somebody for the Grammys and I'm going to have the bags. And you did that. So sometimes I like to give you your flowers when, you're here with me. So cheers to that.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Trying to get me in trouble with this one.
We always do a cheers. This is me and a Mugzy thing.
Oh gosh.
But I want to say thank you for that. So let me ask you. I know what inspired you because we've been there in season 1 before. But one question I want to ask you is, what motivates you? Even during COVID, a lot of people were sick. They were going through stuff. They didn't want to be bothered. What is your what drives you? When you get up in the morning, what is that driving force that drives Mugzy? Why do you do what you do? What is your why?
What is my why? I have a lot. I mean, it's just purpose. I mean, having meaning. Everything is not about a dollar amount. I never had like that big role model that I can look at. I'm like, yeah, he does what I want to do, and I can actually call him or see him and run into him on the street. So I just want to be that for that little black boy that's watching the channel ABC or reading Essence or wherever my name pop up. And
so wait, time out. So he dropped. You see how he just dropped reading Essence? Yes, he was in the Essence.
it was a little
had a
name drop because EOB Essence, just a little.
Not Essence of Beauty, not EOB Salon Talk, but he was in the Essence magazine.
That one was for mommy. That was for mommy. She loved that.
That was for your mommy?
I mean, I felt like it was for mommy. I used to have her the actual copies of those.
So that's a part of your why.
Well, I mean, it comes on many different forms. Like not everything has come from good energy. I won't lie, because we're not perfect.
Got it, of course.
We're flawed. So I get stuff from bad energy. Like I'm gonna prove that person wrong. I'm gonna prove this person wrong. The person that told me I couldn't get the job or I couldn't do this. All right, sit back and watch. The person that fronted on me, everybody's gonna get it. So it's not always just good. You take any energy you get and you put it back out how you want to put it back out.
What I like about you is I could always actually use you as an example, and it's always a positive example. A lot of times we see news on young black men and it's never a positive. I have so much positivity coming from you, and a lot of times. A young lady did my makeup today, right? Cute, right? Wait, let me just show you
Gorgeous.
that.
Gorgeous.
And I said, "Oh, I mentioned your name as a guest, right?" And she said, "Oh, Mugzy, Mugzy, that's familiar." So that to me warms my heart because as an artist, because she's an artist and you're an artist, and she knew. One of the greatest thing, I think, I'm an artist myself, so one of the greatest thing is for you, an artist, to know about another artist.
Of course.
Right? And you want to be known that an artist know you, and that's the best in their business. And I like she's the best in her business, right? And she knew about you and what you do. So I was actually touched by that for a young lady to know about my Mugzy that I'm about to interview, right? But most importantly, if I have a question that you might have been asked before, but I want to ask you again today.
Oh gosh, let's get
If you have to say something to your younger self, right? I ask all my guests this question on season 2, Mugzy. We stepping our game up here. So if you have to tell your younger self something, right? What would that be? And it's a 2-part question. How would that motivate the younger person coming up, or the younger you coming up?
Well, it goes 2 ways. One, I might not want to tell him nothing because it worked out for me. So that's one.
Yeah.
But in a not so Freaky Friday type of way, I might just say exactly what you feeling is right, because I have my doubts about working for somebody else, wearing the suit and tie, going to school and all type of stuff, and it's like that don't really warm my heart. I don't really find purpose in that. I don't think I could sit here 20 years doing this. And I would just tell them like, yo, exactly how you feel is exactly what it is. And that just probably motivate me to start earlier. And all my desires that I had, I might have pursued them a little bit earlier.
So what I heard from you there was you'll tell a younger person pretty much not only what you feel is right, but follow your dreams, in other words. Well, you followed your dreams and look where you are.
Well, I would say that you only live once, and people kind of take that for granted. It's like, I don't really want to live the what if. I'd rather go and try it. And, if you love something, you don't work a day in your life.
Right.
You do what you love. I'll be up late night designing, making whatever all time of nights, as people will see, but I wouldn't be at school. I wouldn't go to night school. I wouldn't want to be in detention. A lot of these things that consume your time that you don't like is not for you. I don't want to stay late at work. I don't want to wear the pointy shoes and the slacks and the dickies and all that. I want to wear what I want to wear, and I could do a fashion show every day for the rest of the month, and I love it.
So for my young viewers listening, there's a place for everyone. Follow your dreams, stay on the right path, and you could be a McFly one day.
Be better.
Be better.
Be better.
I like that.
I mean, I don't even mean that like to be like cliche or be funny. It's like, if I got to step 3, I don't really want you to start at the ground level. I want you to start at step 3. So you use us, whoever we are, as the blueprint and step further. If I have the information, I share my information. Don't make the same mistakes. The wisest man learn from somebody else's mistakes, not his own. Like, that's one level, but to learn from somebody else's mistakes so you ain't even gotta waste your time doing them, you win.
That is one of my favorite things. Also, I always believe that a person should be the best version of who they inspire to be. I always believe. So if you think Oprah is your inspiration, you should aim to be bigger. And I don't know if that's possible. But you should also aim to be bigger.
Of course it's possible.
Than Oprah. That's how I think every day. So I like that you said that, because for me that's important. So we're wrapping up, but I want to ask you this. What's your favorite quote?
My favorite quote is
Let's see if it's this
if it's this one, let me see. Let me see. My favorite quote is more dreams, less sleep.
Oh my God.
She didn't plan that. She didn't even know that was in there, by the way.
No, I didn't. This was not planned.
And I will kind of break that down. It has
please.
2 parts to it. So the thing about more dreams, less sleep is one, I used to have insomnia. Well, I still do. So I actually be up dreaming and thinking about things more than I sleep. And I actually think you should be restless on your desires and your ambitions. So that's what more dreams, less sleep is. Like, if you want it, you gotta work for it. You're not gonna sit in your bed and just gonna come to you.
So Muggs, what is a typical day in the life of Mugzy like?
Well, that's kind of like an oxymoron. I don't have a typical day at all. But the most common day, um, I wake up extra early, almost every time, even if I don't exactly get up at that time. First thing I do is go through my phone because my phone will blow up. People contact me from email, Instagram, the business number, or whatever. If I need to do graphics, they say because you wake up, you're probably most sharp in the morning. So the analytical, graphical stuff you should do first. So I'll do my graphics first. If before I leave the house, sometimes I eat, sometimes I don't. Go to storage and I ship out orders. And
So
then from there, that's where it just goes left. Is either I have an interview or I have to somewhere I need to be or an event or I'm going to the store to do an order or look over an order. Then after that, I just really wild card. And then the end of the night is just start over again. I might start doing graphics in the middle of the night again.
that's good. So that's why when I send you graphics at 2 in the morning, you reply like 3 a.m. or I send you 2 a.m. I'm looking at a text from Mugzy.
No, you're
Oh,
wrong.
wait,
You send
wait,
it to me
wait.
at 2 and and you get it back at 2:05.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah, 5 minutes.
You all need to learn to sleep.
No.
Yeah, but that's good to know that you're a creative mind, and creative mind keeps busy.
Well, I will say, like, I would never have a typical day because I don't feel like you should restrict yourself to any box or any rubric. Because once you get in the habit and you break and like something messes up that habit, you in disarray. I try to move like water, and it's like you gotta be able to adjust to whatever's going on. So just depend. Every day might be different. But what I try to do is, analytical computer stuff early, more move around during the day.
All right, that sounds good. I have a quick question for you.
Is it really a quick question?
Yes, this is a real quick one.
Mm-hmm.
So, what does the future look like? What does the future hold for Muggsy? If you look at yourself in the next 5 years, where do you see? You see, I remember a conversation before you told me about the Grammy, so I like to, hear you speak it into existence. So, in the next 5 years or so, where do you see your brand, your brands going?
Well, I'm not gonna lie, I never go so far as in 5 years because then you
All
get
right.
caught up. I'm usually more so the next couple months type of
Okay.
guy. When I first came on here, I was just about to drop my first sneaker. Since then, I dropped two sneakers, these slides, and I'm aiming to drop another pair of sneakers in October. October, I also want to open my McFly studio. Is the first location that's based solely on the brand. You could come and get creative direction. I could actually make your stuff right there on spot, and then you could shop my brand alone. Take meetings there, interviews there, everything. It would be like my creative house. I actually, in before the year's done, well, this year, the mall will be closing. That was like I said, the one business that took COVID a little harder than the
Yeah.
rest. Macy's, Sears, and a lot of heavy hitters are out of the mall, and it's not even that. It's more so a lot of black brands, independent brands, didn't survive. So that store
Pandemic.
has been saturated by just my brand, and I didn't make that platform for that. But in the meantime, I am doing my I have a girls tour pop up that I do every month inside that
Okay.
store. So I'll be still bigging up everyone, and I'm gonna have bigger plans for when I get down here that I won't talk about right now.
But I'll get the inside scoop.
Of
Okay.
course.
Just
And
want to
like
make
the
sure.
last thing I will say, I'm getting a lot more recognition from overseas people. Trying to get my first pop up in Japan. I actually got contacted on that. And I also got a halfway invitation to a fashion show in London. So I want to
Okay.
reach overseas. That's really it.
International, huh?
I mean, why not?
So, do you see yourself maybe designing for the Olympics? It's 4 years
Well,
from now.
I'm not like I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm a boy from the Bronx. I really
You don't
don't
see
care that
yourself.
much about the Olympics. It'd be dope. I would. It's political. I would if
Right,
offered,
if
but
it's gonna
it's
be
not my
you.
goal. I
Get
really
it.
ever since I decided to like really care about my community. That's all that really matters. Like if the little black boys standing on the corner don't watch the Olympics, I don't care about Olympics.
And I'll say this. you have done a lot for the community
Yeah.
and with the community and inside the community. I like what you did when you opened that store.
Mm-hmm.
You brought a lot of brands together
Yeah.
and you actually opened a store to showcase their brand.
Yeah. I mean, people don't really do
And
stuff
I
like that.
really appreciated that you did that. I came through and it was dope.
Thank
It
you.
was really a great cause, great idea. And not only that, I saw a couple of interviews you did on the network in the Bronx. I'll be seeing. I
Oh
see.
gosh.
So I am grateful for that you're doing that because that's a form of give back. I mean, you know, sometimes we look at it and we're not looking. We look at it looking at a person not giving dollar amount or goods, but you're giving back in a way that our youth needs it. They need that.
Well, I mean, I don't really like the band-aid treatment where you throw money here and there. Like
Mhm.
you keep hearing, oh, they put money for Black Lives Matter. I don't know where that money's at. They got money for small
Right.
businesses. I got three. I ain't getting nothing. I don't know
I
what they're
didn't get
talking
any
about.
either.
So I don't really like the band-aid stuff. It's like you could come to me today and I can make you a business today. And you can start
Okay, got
making
it.
money tomorrow.
My business cards
That's
are
real.
beautiful. Thanks.
But that's what I feel like the actual hands-on, I get my hands dirty type of stuff. Anybody can say, "Oh, here, go figure it out." No, like if they don't teach us about money the way they teach the other people about money. So come sit down with me. Let me give you something that's priceless.
Thank you.
Then $30.
And I will be one of the first to tell you thank you. Our youth appreciate that, and I appreciate you, and I appreciate what you're doing, and I can't wait to see what lies ahead. I know there's some stuff coming that you're not trying to tell me.
I ain't
You
telling
don't
you.
want to give me the inside scoop
This
yet.
wine ain't hand enough for me to tell you that.
Oh, next time I'll fix the wine situation. So
Make it Henny.
you'll just tell me everything.
Make it Henny. I got you.
They're gonna pay me first, right? All right, but we're gonna make sure that whatever you're doing, I'm there with you. You got our support there and
Of
always.
course. I know that.
All right, thank you for being who you are, for staying who you are, for staying true to the game. Thank you,
Amen.
sir. It was a pleasure.
So,